Good morning everyone. Today we are going to learn a topic, God sees the truth but waits. It's a Leo Tolstoy story. Here is a story about the faith, forgiveness, freedom and acceptance of the young merchant named Akshino, who was sent to prison for the crime he did not commit. So, here is a story about the man who is called Akshino. He was sent to the prison for not committing any mistake. In the town of the Vladimir lived a young merchant called Ivan Mitrich Akshino. So, his name is, the place where he is living is Vladimir and his name is Ivan Mitrich Akshino. He is a merchant. He had two shops and house of his own. So, he is owning two shops as well as he has a house for his own. Akshino was a handsome, fair-haired, grey-headed man, full of fun and very fond of singing. He quit a young man he had been given to drink and was curious when he had too much, but after he married he gave up drinking except now and then. So, when he was they had described that Akshino was a young man and he is fair-haired, his hair looks very nice. So, and he had a curled head, his head is curling, and how his fun, full of fun, he is a very jolly person and he has a very fond of singing also. So, when he was a young man he used to drink lot and he was uncontrolled. Vigorous, it means uncontrolled. While he drink, we can't able to control him. After he got married, he leave the habit of drinking. Only he used to get only except now and then. Rarely he will take drinking. One summer, Akshino was going to Nizhny fair. As he had a bad goodbye to his family, his wife said to him, Ivan Dmitrich, do not start today. I have had a bad dream about you. So, when he said bye to her family, what happened? His wife is refusing him to go for the fair on that particular day, not that particular day, because she had a bad dream. Akshino laughed and said, you are afraid that when I get to the fair, I shall go on the spear. He is asking, by laughing he is replying, after going to the fair, are you thinking that I will go on a spree? It means enjoying drinking, that I won't do, he is telling. Then what happened? His wife replied, I do not know what I am afraid of. All I know is that I have a bad dream. I dreamed you returning from the town. When you took off your cap, I saw that your hair was quite grey. His wife is his wife is replying that she don't know the reason for why she is afraid. She said that she had a dream at the night. After that, in that dream, she saw her husband, that he returned back from the town with a grey hair. Akshino laughed. That was a luck sign, said he. See if I don't sell out my own goods and bring you some good presents for the fair. So, he is telling, he laughed. Akshino, after listening the dream of his wife, he laughed, and that he replied that the symbol of grey hair is a lucky sign. And he said, see if I don't sell out all my goods, if I not sell my goods, and bring you some present from the fair. After that, I will bring one present for you from the fair. Then saying bye, he said goodbye to his family and drove away. He went to the fare. When he had travelled halfway, he met a merchant whom he know and then put up at the same inn for the night. They had some tea together, then went to their bed adjoining room. So, what happened after travelling halfway, not reaching the fare, he went halfway. At there he had met a merchant and they both had a tea at that night, and they had taken rest at the adjoining means the next room, the continuous next room. They stay in the inn, inn, it's a restaurant. In olden days the people, we used to say chatram, there they had stayed and they had spent the night. When he had, it was not Arjuna's habit to sleep late, and wishing to travel while it was still cool, he aroused in his driver before the dawn and told him to put it in his horses. So, what happened? Akshino don't have the habit of sleeping late. So, he went to bed and he wake up very early before the dawn. Before the dawn means before the sunrise. He asked the driver to keep the horse to be ready for travel. Then he made his way across to the landlord of the inn, who lived in the cottage at the back, and paid his bill and continued his journey. So, he went across the cottage. He had paid the bill to the owner of the inn and he started his journey. When he had gone about 25 miles, he stopped for the horse to be fed. Akshino rested a while in the passage of the inn. Then he stepped out into the porch and ordered the samovar to be heated and get out the guitar and began to play. So, what happened? After 25 miles of travelling, he stopped for the horse to be fed. So, horse is very hungry. So, it has travelled for long distance. So, he had taken a rest. So, what happened at the time he had went to another one inn. In that inn, what he stepped out into the porch. Porch means the hall, mutram in Tamil we used to say. So, the place where we welcome the guest, that is a porch. So, entrance of the house. So, he is waiting there and ordered from samovar. Samovar, it means a decorated boiler. In that boiler, it's Russian boiler, it's a decorated Russian vessel that we can use to make tea or something else hot. So, he got his guitar and began to play. He taken his guitar and he began to play music. Already we had told you that he has a fond of music. Suddenly, a trucker drawn up with a twinkling bell and an official alighted, followed by the two soldiers. He came to Akshino and began to question him, asking him who he was and hence he came. Akshino answered him fully and said, "Won't you have some tea with me?" So, what happened? Trachea, it means a vehicle which is meant with 3 horses to drive. That is a three-tired horse will drive. In Russia, they have this vehicle. This is a story of the background. So many terms is used here is the Russian words. So, what happened? A twinkling bell, the harshing with the bell sound, the officer alighted. Some officer came and there for officer, 2 soldiers they followed. And what happened? Akshino, they started to begin asking question to the Akshino from who he was and asking where hence he came, from where he had come. Akshino answered him fully and said, "Won't you have some tea with me?" He is answering and asking them to have a tea with him. So, but the official went on the cross questioning him and asking him, "Where did you spend last night? Were you alone or with a fellow merchant? Did you see the another merchant this morning? Why did you leave the inn before the dawn?" So, they are raising so many questions like from where he come, where he had spent the last night and with whom he had spent, why he came early from that inn. So, they are started raising the questions to the Akshino. Akshino wondered why he was asked all these questions, but he described that had happened and then added, why do you cross question me as if I were a thief or the robber? I am travelling on the business of my own. There is no need to question me. So, he is telling, then only there is a slight doubt arising in the mind of the Akshino, and he is raising question against the officers, and why they are asking for the reason for inquiring all the questions to Akshino, like a robber or thief. So, he is telling that I am travelling business on my own. So, he is telling that he is going for the business, and there is no need to question me. He is telling why they are Why these officers are asking question to him? Then the officer calling the soldier said, I am a police officer of this district and I question you because the merchant with whom you had spent the last night had been found with a throat cut. He must search your thing. So, the officials are now they are telling the reason that they are the policemen and they are suspect for the Akshino that he might had murdered the merchant who had spent him with the last night because he was they found that he was died by the throat, his throat was cut. They entered the house and the soldiers and the police officer unstrapped Akshino's luggage and searched it. Suddenly the officers drew the knife out of his bag crying, whose knife is this? So what happened? Then the police and the officers they are searching, unscrapped means they are opening the luggage, they are untiding, they are opening the luggage where Akshino's luggage and searching. Suddenly they had found one knife and immediately the officer is crying, whose knife is this? Whose this knife belong to? Akshino looked at and seeing blood stained knife taken from his bag, he was frightened. By seeing the knife, Akshino was frightened because the knife is blood stained. The blood is stained on the knife. How it is here? Is blood on this knife? And he is asking how it is here, how it comes to the bag. He don't know because he don't know how the knife came into his bag. Akshino tried to answer but wouldn't hardly uttered a word. He is trying to answer but he can't able to speak even a single word and only stammered. He can't able to speak properly. The words are stuck in his mouth. It's not coming out. I don't know, not mine. Then the police officer said, this morning the merchant was found in the bed with his throat cut. You are the only person who could have done it. The house was locked inside and no one else was there. Here is a blood-stained knife in your bag and your face and the manner betrayed you. Tell me how you killed him and how much money you stole. So what happened? After the policeman is telling that the morning that merchant was killed and his throat was cut. He was lying on the bed because the door of the house was locked from inside. So here is the bloodshed knife is in Akshino's bag. So your face and manner betray you by the way he answered and he become frightened. This shows that this makes the policeman to suspect that this murder was done by Akshino. Tell me how you killed him, and they are asking how you had killed and how much money you stolen, how much money you had taken from the merchant. They are raising the question towards Akshino. Akshino knows he had not done it. He is promising that he had not done it. That he had not seen the merchant after he had their tea together. He is telling that he had not met the merchant after they had a tea together. Then he had no money except the 8,000 rubles of his own. So ruble is a Russian currency. He had only 8,000 rubles in his own. And that the knife was not his. He is telling the knife which is there in his bag is not belongs to him. But his voice was broken, his face was pale and trampled with fear as thought he went guilty. So what happened? By seeing the way he behaved, how his voice, his behavior, his face all shows that he had did something guilty, wrong. He is shivering also. The police officer ordered the soldiers to bind Akshino and put him in a cot as he tied his feet together and flung him into the cot. Akshino crossed himself and wept. So what happened? The police officer ordered the soldiers to tie the Akshino and throw into the cot. So what happened? Now Akshino is crossed himself and wept. It means he is crossing that in usually the Christians used to say no Pidasudan Parisutavi. So they are doing, they crossing himself and wept. He is crying. His money and goods were taken from him and he was sent to the nearest town and imprisoned there. So they had taken him, the police officer taken the Akshinos and they put it in the jail. So he was imprisoned. Inquiries all to his characters were made. Vladimir, the merchant and other inhabitants of their town said that in former days he used to drink and wasted his time, but that he was a good man. Then the trial came on. He was charged with the murder of the merchant of Rizon, it's an industrial city, the merchant who came from that particular place. So, here they had not mentioned the name of the merchant who was killed. See, now the policeman, they are asking the inquiry at the place of the Vladimir, they are going for the inquiry, there they had get the name. In the end he was used to drink, but after the get married he was good. So, he had a good name also, but what happened, the inquiry, the trial came on. The trial means the inquiry, in court they will ask no Vaida, that the inquiry came. He was charged with the murder of the merchant of Rizon, the place, the city, industry, city, from that the merchant came, he was charged for the murder of that particular merchant, and robbing him for the 20,000 ruble, and also they had filed a case on him that he had robbed the money of 20,000 from the merchant. His wife was in despair, she is very sad and did not know what to believe here. Her child was quite small, one was a baby at her breast, taking them all with her. She went to the town where her husband was in the jail. So, she was very sad and she can't able to believe what to do. Her child were quite small, their children were quite small. One was the baby at her breast, she is near to not more than 1 year. She has it means it shows that is the baby is still drinking milk, and another one is also very small. She used to take the small child with her where her husband was put in the jail. At first she was not allowed to see him. When she went there to see her husband, they had not allowed her to meet him. But after much begging, she obtained the permission from the officials and was taken to him. So, after that she got the permission. She went to they allowed her to see her husband. When she saw her husband in the prison dress and in the chain shuts up with the thieves and the criminals, she fell down and did not come to her sense for a long time. By seeing her husband appearance, because he had wear the prisoner dress and he was tied up with a chain, and he was shut up with the thieves and the criminals, by seeing her husband, she can't able to come to the conscious. So, she can't able to realize where she was. Then she drawn her child to her and sat down near him. She told him of the things at home and asked about what had happened to him. He told her all, and she asked, what can we do now? So, after she is sitting near him and asking the thing which is happened, and what happened, what to do, she is asking what the next she can do for him. We must petition to the Tsar not to let an innocent man perish. Tsar is a Russian ruler, the higher official of the Russia. So, she is asking, let us give the petition to the Tsar. His wife told him that she had sent the petition to the Tsar, but they did not been accepted. So, already she had sent the petition to the Tsar, but they had not accepted the petition. So, Akshino did not reply, but only looked downward. Downward means looking sad towards the ground. Then his wife said, it was not for nothing I dreamed your hair had turned grey. You remember? You should not have started that day. Again she is explaining about the dream, what she had heard when the day of the journey. So, she is remembering the dream and conveying the matter, and passing her fingers through his hair, she said, Vanya dearest, tell me wife the truth, was it not you who did it? The wife is asking, tell me the truth, at least to me, what has happened, who did that murder? So you too suspect me, said Akshino. Akshino is replying to his wife that even you are suspecting me, and hiding his face in his hands, and he began to wipe. He is hiding his face with his hand and started to cry. Then the soldier came to say that the wife and the children must to go away. Then Akshino said goodbye to his family for the last time. So, what happened? While the conversation is going between Akshino's wife and Akshino, immediately in between a soldier came and he is warning that the time was end. So, there is a time that they have to move. So, now Akshino is bidding fair goodbye to them, to his family. Then they were gone. Akshino recalled what had been said, and when he remembered that his wife also had suspected him, he said to himself, he telling himself what he had said. When they had gone, Akshino recalled what had happened, what had been said, what are the things they had spoken, and he is remembering his wife also. Even she is suspecting him. So he is telling all these things by himself. It seems that the only God can know the truth. It is to him alone we must appeal, and from him alone accept mercy. So what happened? Now he is telling him, now he come to the end. He is telling that only God knows the truth. Only him, I am him. Here they had used the capital him. It represents God. It represents God. So God only knows the truth, as well as God only has to shower the mercy on him. Other than that, no one can do anything, because they had appeared for all the things that can bring him out, but they had failed. So, and Akshino wrote no more petition, gave up all the hopes and the only prayer to God. He had lost the hope and started doing only prayer to God. The last belief of him is only on God. Akshino was condemned to be there, fabbed and sent to the mine. So he was fabbed there with the knots, and then the wound made by the knots were healed. He was driven to Siberia with the other convicts. So he was the statement, punishment was given to him. What happened? He was to fabbed, Saukadi. He had to give the fabs, and he had to wait there till his fab had getting healed. Up the wound has to heal, have to stay at the, then he had to went to Siberia. So Siberia is not an easy place, it's a harsh place, because it have an extreme climate. The heat also too hot, as well as the cold also, it's very hot. For 26 years Akshino lived with the convict in Siberia. His hair turned white as snow, and it grown long, thin and grey, and all his myth went. He snooped, he walked slowly, spoke little, never laughed, but he often prayed. So 25 years he spent his life with the convicts in Siberia. So his hairs are turned into white, snow white. What is its breeds? Turns long and thin and grey. What happened is myth, M-I-R-T-H, its happiness went, and stooped. Stooped means he can't able to walk straightly. There is a bend in his backbone. It shows that he become old, and he can't able to walk. He can walk only slow. He spoke only little. He never laughed. Only he often used to do prayer to God. In prison, Akshino learned to make boots and earn little money, with which he bought Lives of the Saint. He read his books when there was a light enough in the prison. On the Sunday in the prison church, he read the lesson and sang in the choir, for the voice was still good. So what happened? He learned to mend shoes. So he know how to make boots, and from that he will earn some money. He used to buy books, he read the books, and he lead the life as a saint. And every Sunday he used to go to the church, and in the church he will preach some lessons, as well as he will sing a song, choir song. Even his voice is still good. See, the prison authorities like Akshino for his meekness, and his fellow prisoners respect him, that they called him grandfather and the saint. When they wanted to petition prison authorities about anything, they always made Akshino their spokesman, and then they were quarrel among the prisoners. They came to him to put the things right and to judge the matter. So in prison, the way he lead a life, they all respected him, and they used to call him as a grandfather, or because his age as well as his good need. So what happened when there is an complaint in the prison? They used to make him as a spokesman. He is a speaker of that particular problem which is going on the prison, as well as when there is any problem arose, he is the only person who can give a right judgment to the people. No news reached Akshino from his home, and he did not even know if their wife and the children were still alive. So there is no information, because the one more reason is there. He was kept in a jail at that hometown. Now he was shifted to the Siberia. So the people had not able to communicate him, his family members. Even he don't know whether his wife and his children were alive or died. One day the fresh gang of convicts came to the prisoner. In the evening, the old prisoner collected round the news one and asked them what the town or the village they came from, and what they were sentenced for. So one day what happened, the new gangs of culprits are coming into the jail, the prison. So what happened in the evening, one prisoner is collecting all the news from where they are coming. Just there is a intro between the older and the newcomers. Thus they are having the intro, why they had came and from which place they had come and what is sentenced for. Sentence means not a statement, it is mean the punishment what is given by the judge, why they had make them to come to the prison. So simply they are talking. So what happened? Among the rest, Akshino sat down near the newcomer and listened with a downcast ear to what was said. So simply he is sitting down sadly and listening what that newcomers are telling. One of the new convict, the tall strong man of the 60 with closely cropped grey beard was telling that others what had been what he been arrested for. So the one tall man with a grey beard, he is telling great beard, he is telling that he had why he had come to the arrested for. Well, the friends, he said, I only took a horse that tied to the sledge and I was arrested and accused for stealing. I said I had only taken it to the home quicker and had then to let it go. Besides, the driver was a personal friend of mine. So he is telling he had not committed any mistake, simply he was charged for tying the horse in the sledge and is taking the horse to the house home, but the police has suspected him that he was stealing the horse, so they had arrested him. So I said it all right, no, said they you are stole it. So they had the police officers had told that I had stolen the horse, so they had taken me to the jail. But how, where I stole it, they could not say. I once really did something wrong and ought by right to have come here a long ago, but that time I was not found out. Now I have been sent here for something nothing at all. So he told that he had did something bad in a very big crime once, but he was not arrested, but here he had not did anything, but he was arrested. In Tamil used to say no, pala thiridan oru naal agapaduvan. So if we do something regularly, definitely one day we will get caught. Now I have been sent here for but it is lie, I am telling you, I have been to Siberia before, but I did not stay here long. So he is telling once before I came here Siberia, but I had not stayed here, I went out very soon. Here are you from? Ask someone. So they are asking, where are you from? From Vladimir. My family were that town. My name is Maka, and they have also called me Sioman. So they are telling his name is Maka. He is from the Vladimir town. So Akshino raised his head and said, "Tell me, Simeonic, do you know anything about of the merchant Akshino of Vladimir? Are they still alive?" He is asking with the eager, because they both belongs to the same town. So he is inquiring whether the family of the Vladimir is alive or passed away. Know them, of course I do. The Akshino was rich. Though their father is in the Siberia, the sinner like ourselves, it seems. As for you, the granddad, how did you come here? So he is telling they are very rich and they had settled. Only the father of the particular family was in the jail. Like you, granddad, they are all happy. How you came here? He is the man. Simeon is asking why this man, Akshino had came to the prison. Akshino did not like to speak of his misfortune, so you don't want to convey the matter why he had came here. He only signed and said, for my sin, I have been in the prison these 26 years. So he is telling, simply I had stayed here for 26 years. What sin? Ask Marco Simeon. Marco Simeon is asking what is the sin he had did, what is the mistake, what is the crime he had committed. But Akshino only said, well, I must have deserved it. He would have said no more, but his companion told the newcomers how Akshino came to the Siberia, how someone had killed a merchant and had put the knife among the Akshino's thing, and Akshino had been unjustly condemned. So what happened? Now this man had not said anything, not revealed any matter, so he is telling, well, I must deserve it. So I had to I have to deserve the thing which is going on. So, I have to live my life in the prison, simply he is telling. But his companion had told how he come, how he was, how the merchant was murdered by somebody, and the victim was, he become the victim. They had explained everything. When Marcus Simeonic heard this, he looked at Actiono and slapped his own knee and exclaimed, "Well, this is wonderful, really wonderful. But how old you are grown, granddad?" Simply, he is, when after listening the Marca, Simeon, after listening the companion's story, what he is telling, he is slapping his own knee and telling how exclaimed, how wonderful, really wonderful. It's how he had become old, how he had grown very old. Simply he is laughing at him. The other asked him why he was so surprised and that he had been seen Actiono before, but Marcus Simeonic did not reply. He only said, it's wonderful that you could meet here lads. Lad means in usual it is a young one, but here lads means the companion. So, the others, they are, because of the way he laughed and he expressed his thought, the people are thinking that Marca might known Actiono before. These words makes Actiono wonder whether this man know who had killed the merchant. So, he said, perhaps Simeons, you had heard of that affair, or you may, or maybe you have seen me before. So, by the way he expressed his words, that Actiono have a doubt in his mind that Marca may know who is the killer, or he had met Actiono before. How can I help hearing? The world full of rumors, but it's long time ago. I have forgotten what I had heard. So, it's telling it is not happened the day before or something. It happened 26 years before. So, he is telling even the world is full of rumors. I can't remember what I had heard. Simply he had said that he had forget everything about the murder. Perhaps you hear who killed the merchant? Ask Actiono. Actiono is asking again and again to the Marca whether you know who had killed the merchant. Marca Simeonic laughed and replied, "It must have been him in those bags. The knife was found. If someone else hid the knife there, he is not a thief. Still he caught." As he is saying this, how could anyone put the knife into your bag while it was under your head? It could surely have woken you up. So, he is replying, the Marca is replying to the Actiono, whether this story is meant by you can able to believe. No, how someone will kill and keep the knife in your bag, and how they can able to keep the knife under the bag which is kept under your head. So, he is making joke on him, and he is asking, if they had kept if they come to keep the knife into your bag, what happened? You may have woken up, no, but you are still asleep. How it may happen? When Actiono heard these words, he felt sure that was the man who had killed the merchant. So, he have a doubt now. He come to the confirm that this is the man who might be killed the merchant. He rose and went away. All the night Actiono lay awake. He felt terribly unhappy, and all the shot of the image rose in his mind that there was an image of his wife as he was. Then he had parted from her to go to the fair. He saw her if he were present, her face and her eyes rose before him. He heard her speaking and laugh. Then he saw his children, quite little, and they were at the time. One with his little clock means dress, little dress, and another one his mother breast, and then remember himself as he used to be young and merry. So, on that whole night he was not slept, he was terribly unhappy, he was not happy, his sleep was disturbed, he is thinking all the things, his mind is arousing all the images, how he had said bye to his wife, and the way he said bye, and the two children, even both the two children are too young, they are remembering all the things. And even he was remembering his young age also, how he was merry. He remembered how he had sat playing the guitar in the porch and in the inn where he was arrested, and how free from the care he had been. And he saw in the mind the place where he was flogged, and the executioner and the place the people are standing around, the chain and the convict, all the 26 years of his prison life, and his premature old age. The thought of it all made him so rich, and that he was ready to kill himself. So, all these things, how he was arrested and how he was flogged by the executor, the prisoner, how they had given the punishment to him, how he was taken to the prison, and how long he had sacrificed his 26 years in the prison, all he is thinking, all the things is arousing him as a image in his mind. Simply is these thoughts makes him to kill himself, let him die by himself. He is thinking, ready to kill himself. And it was all the villain is doing. He is thinking this, all the events is happened because of the villain who is thought Akshino. Akshino is thinking, and his angry was so great again Marcarsionic that he had longed for the venture, even if he had himself should be perished for it. He kept repeating prayer all the night, but could not get peace. During the day he did not go near the Makar Simeonic, for nor even look at him. So, for the whole he is doing the prayer and he is thinking that God will definitely punish him. So, even though he had not get any peace to his mind, the whole day he had not went near to him. So, fourth night passed in this way. Fourth night means nearly 15 days it passed. Akshino could not sleep at the night, and he was so miserable that he did not know what to do. He don't know the thing what he has to do. Simply he is walking and he had missed this whole sleep. One night he was walking about the prison. He noticed some earth has come rolling out from his under. One was the shelf on which the prisoner slept. He stopped to see what it was. Suddenly Marcus Simeonic crept out from the under the shelf and looked up the Akshino with a frightened face. So, now simply the Akshino is walking here and there at the prison. He had seen that the earth is coming under his leg, means some muds are coming out from the earth. So, that muds are coming out the earth. So, he is stopping there and listening what is happening. At the time Marcus Simeonic is coming, creeping out, means he is coming out from the mud hole. So, by Akshino was seeing that with a frightened face. Akshino tried to pass without looking at him. Simply he neglect everything and ignored that man, and he is walking. But Marcus seized his hand and told him that he had dug a hole under the wall, getting rid of his earth by putting it into the high boots, and emptied it out every day on the road when the prisoner were driven to their work. So, he is telling, he seized his hand, means he is holding his, the Marca is holding the hand of the Akshino, and is telling he is digging the hole and he is keeping all the muds in his long boot. After the prisoner went for the work, he emptied his boots outside the road. Just you keep quiet, old man, and you should get out too. If you blab, they will flog the life out of me, but I will kill you first. So, he is telling what happened now. He is telling, if you reveal the matter to anyone, flab means simply if you reveal the matter, definitely they will kill me. Before that I will kill you. Marker is warning Akshino. Akshino trembled with angry, and as he looked at his enemy, he drew his hand away, saying, I have no wish to escape. You have no need to kill me. You killed me long ago. As you telling of you, I may do so, not as God shall direct. So, simply with the trembled with fear means his hands are shivering with the fear. He is telling that he drawn his hand away, he is taking off his hand away, Marcus' hand, and telling, I have no wish to escape, I don't have idea to escape, and you need not to kill me, you don't need to kill me now, before itself you had, long ago you had killed me. So, as to telling of you, if he want to tell the truth or not, that belongs to God. God will direct me. Simply he is telling. The next day, when the convicts were let out to the work, the convoy soldiers, notice convoy soldiers means the guard soldier who is take caring of the particular campus, and one another of the prisoner emptied some earth out of its boots. The prisoners was searched, and tribunal found that the governor came and questioned all the prisoners to find out who digged that hole. They all denied any knowledge of it. So, what happened? The soldiers, the gods, they had find out there is a channel. So, they are asking who dig that hole, but no one had replied. They had denied. Denied means they refused. They had not answered. They had not known. Even those who know who not betrayed Marcus Simeon, knowing he could be fabbed almost to death. At last the governor turned the Akshino, whom he know to be just man, and said, now no one is ready to betray him, because they know if we tell the truth what happened, definitely Marcus Simeon will be snobbed to be dead. So, they know, flab to be dead. So, no one is ready to convey. So the governor now is turning towards the Akshino and asking who had did. You are the truthful old man, tell me before God who did the holy. Now the governor is putting questions on Akshino. You know the truth. The governor is telling that you know the truth. If you know, you just tell me in the name of God. Marcus Simeon stood as if he are quite unconcerning. It means it's without bothering anything, simply he is standing very relaxed, looking at the governor and not so much at the glance at Akshino. He is not seeing Akshino, simply he is seeing the governor what he is going to say. Akshino lip and hand trembled and for a long time he could not utter a word. So now his mouth is trying to say but he is not uttered even a single word. He thought, why should I screen him who denied my life? Why we want to renegade means they are destroying. So why we want to renege his life? Let me pay for what I had suffered. But if I tell, they will probably flop the life out of him and maybe I suspect him wrongly, and after all what good did it be to me? So he is thinking, if we convey the name, what will happen? Nothing will happen, only the marker will die, and what is the benefit he may have? He is thinking even our suspicion might be wrong. He is thinking in that way. Well, old man, repeated the governor, tell me the truth, who has been digging under the wall? Again the governor is asking question to the Akshino who had digged the wall. Akshino glanced at Marcus Simeonic and said, I can't say, your honor, it's not God will that I should tell. Do what you like with me, and I am your hand. He is telling, I don't know, now I am not ready to tell the truth. Whatever you want to do with me, you can do. He is permitting the governor to do whatever may be. However much the governor tried, Akshino could not say no more, and so the matter had been left. So governor is trying again and again, but Akshino had not replied even a single word. So now they had not bothered about the matter. They left the matter. That night, when Akshino was lying on the bed and just beginning to doze means the light sleep. Only the first stage of going to sleep, that is a doze, light sleep. So someone come quietly and sat down on his bed and peered through the darkness and recognized Marker. So what happened that night? Akshino was lying on his bed. Someone is going there, sitting near him. He had found out. Even through the darkness, he had recognized that it was a Marker. What more do you want to me? Asked Akshino. What I want to do for you? He is asking. Akshino is asking towards Marker. So why have you come here? Why what's the reason to coming here? He is asking. Marcus Simeonic was silent. Akshino sat up and said, what do you want? Go away. I will call the god. He is warning him to get out from there. Then he will tell that he is telling that he will call the soldiers. Marcus Simeonic bent close over Akshino and whispered, Ivan Mitrich, forgive me. He is asking the forgiveness. What for? Asked Akshino. Akshino is asking, what's the reason for forgiving you? It was I who killed the merchant and hide the knife among your things. It means to kill you too, but I heard a noise outside, so I hide the knife in your bag and escape out of the window. So at the first beginning of the story we had told, the policeman charged him that they had arrested him because suspected him that the door of the room was, the murdered room was closed from inside. The man, Marka was escaped from the window, so there is no need of opening the door. So now he has explained the crime which is done by Marka. Akshino was silent and did not know what to say. Marka Simeonic slide down the bed shelf and knelt upon the ground. He is bending, he is putting kneel down, slide off means he is coming off of the bed and putting kneel down on the ground. Ivan Amrit, set me, forgive me. For the love of the God, forgive me. I will confess that that it was I who killed the merchant, and you will be released, can go to your home. He is telling that I will confess, I will accept my crime, and I will state the statement to the prisoners. They will leave you, better you can go your home. It is easy for you to talk, said Akshino, but I have suffered for you for 26 years. Where could I go to now? My wife is dead, my child have forgotten me, I have nowhere to go. Now he is telling, talking is very easy, but I had suffered lot, 26 years I had spend my life only in the prison. Where I will go? My wife will be died. She might not be there, and my child may also, my children were also forgot me. So how, where to go? Nowhere to go now. Marker Simeonic did not rise, but his beats his heart on the floor. His Marker Simeonic simply is beating his head on the ground for the forgiveness. Yvonne, forgive me, he cried. When they flogged me with a knot, it was not so hard to bear, yeah, as it was to see you now. You had pity on me and did not tell. For Christ's sake, forgive me, priest that I am. And he had begun to sob. Now he is crying, he is feeling sad for all the things he had committed mistakes. See, when Akshino heard his sobbing, he too began to weep. So by seeing Marka, he is also, Akshino is also crying. See how kind he was. God will forgive you, said he. He is telling, Akshino is telling, God will definitely forgive you, because he had realized his own mistake. Maybe I am 100 times worse than you. And these words is here, heart grow light, and longing for the home left him. He no longer had any desire to leave the prison, but only hope for the last hours to come. So he is telling, he don't have that hope, and he don't have the willingness to return back to the home. Just he is waiting for the last day. So it means that he is waiting for the dead. In spite of what Akshino had said, Marka confessed his guilt, but when the order of his release came, Akshino was already dead. So what happened? The day when the order came for releasing Akshino, on the day he was lying on the bed, died. Thank you.